Hello everyone, this is Will from the Apple 121 training channel. Thank you very much for joining us for this breaking news video, as Apple has now replaced the iPhone upgrade program. It has now been replaced with this. It is called the Apple Upgrade. So this video is all about going through what this plan is about, how it works, and what does it mean for people who are already in the iPhone upgrade program, and kind of like set all the news straight basically for what's going on here. Please subscribe and like our channel. We really appreciate you guys joining us for all these great stories and things that you can learn about your Apple devices. But this is more about news and about something that may help lower your monthly payments, but I'm also going to talk about what I like and don't like about this program. So Apple officially replaced the iPhone upgrade program completely with this new idea called the Apple Upgrade. There are some differences between the two. So first off, if you are already in the iPhone upgrade program, you don't have to panic. Apple isn't canceling any agreements that you already have with your iPhone upgrade program. I talk about the iPhone upgrade program in this video already on the top right corner. It kind of goes over what the plan was about and my thoughts on it. Of course, now it's very outdated, but it is there. Continue making your payments until your iPhone is paid off. However, you can no longer sign up for the iPhone upgrade program. It is gone. So once it's time for your next phone, you will need to switch to the Apple upgrade program we have now, or you will have to choose another finance option if that's something you would want to do. The biggest change, and this is the thing I don't like about this, is the Apple upgrade is a lease program and it's powered by Klarna. Now, Klarna, I am not a fan of. It's weird. I like Klarna because I think people are suckered into them for using them for payments for anything, but they are making a ton of money. And now this is a big deal. The fact that this program is here, it is not powered through Citizens Bank, which is what the iPhone upgrade program was. This means that you automatically own your device while you're making your payments. At the end of your lease, you can have three choices. Either you can return the device and walk away, upgrade to a new lease agreement, or pay the remaining purchase amount and keep the device permanently. Now, the one thing that has changed is that this is not just for an iPhone anymore. Now it goes for an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, or a watch. So you really now have all options for all Apple devices. This is the one thing that I will say is a plus, is that now this is expanded to all devices that Apple has. Not the Vision Pro, though. Also, you can combine programs. So you're looking at, you can lease now a Mac and an iPhone basically at the same time. Pricing starts at $17.99 per month for an iPhone, $11.99 for an Apple Watch, $11.99 for an iPad, and $24.99 for a Mac, depending on the model, of course, the term and eligibility. Let's talk about those terms. So with the terms, you do have flexibility. For iPhones and the Apple Watch, you can choose either a 12 or 24-month agreement. So if I'm going through the iPhone here, let's select the iPhone and go through all of the options here. I'm just going to continue going through to 56. And then, of course, trade-in, you can lower the term. So that's something also, that the term can be lowered if you do a trade-in. In this case, I'm not going to do a trade-in. And now you can see the difference between a 12-month lease for 12 months, which is $45.99, or a 24-month agreement with $31.99. Now, down here, what you'll notice different from the iPhone upgrade program is that the Apple Care Plus is no longer included, so you have to buy that separately. And of course, you can include this into your Apple One plan also if you already have that, which again, on the top right corner, I explain a little bit about Apple Care and how that works. Personally, if you're going to be leasing something, you're always going to want to have coverage for it, because if something happens to your device, of course, you can't send it back broken. You have to fix it. So because it's a lease, you may want to consider actually getting some kind of a protection plan for it. That way you're not responsible for anything that happens to it. Now, this is another downside, and for me personally, this is where I would never use this for a phone in particular, that when you are leasing an iPhone, you have to activate it with AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. The phone itself will be unlocked, so that is important for you to know that you are unlocked so you can switch carriers. However, you can't start this program with a prepaid carrier or a Mint Mobile or a Visible. Like, I'm a Mint Mobile user, so this is already out of my scope, but you have to choose one of these three carriers if you're going to be doing that for there. Now, I also wonder for a watch if that's the same thing, if you get a cellular version of a watch. So let's go through that. So right now, according to this, is that it's not asking me for a carrier right now. If I go through everything, it just basically tells you the supported carrier. So I'm going to say that this is not part of that. So that's important to know about the Apple Watch. So just to know about Klarna, because Klarna obviously is the backer in this, that they are not charging you any financing fees. If you decide to buy the device at the end of your lease, you simply pay the remaining balance to reach the full retail price. You're not paying any extra interest. Just know that when you are signing up for this. Also, Apple is going to send you a box back if you are going to upgrade, so you don't necessarily have to go to the store and do this. Whether you're upgrading or ending, they'll send you a prepaid shipping box to send your old device back. Now, there are a few catches to this, so I do want to go over that. And inside of the How to Upgrade section of the Apple Upgrade program, they have a lot of things right down here that can go through some of the questions that we're going to have answered, but I'm going to answer a few of them for you. So, number one, if you are ending the lease early, you generally have to owe the remaining lease payments. So, you can't really end it early without paying the whole thing. If you don't make a decision when your lease ends, it automatically switches to a month-to-month lease for up to 6 months before Apple eventually charges you the purchase amount. And if you miss multiple payments, Klarna can terminate the lease and require you to pay the remaining balance with collections as a last resort. So again, be responsible if you're going to do this. That is a very important thing. Klarna will come after you if you don't pay these things and get your device back. This is where leasing gets a little funky. If you've never done a lease before, this is where things get a little weird, especially like if you've done a car, then you kind of maybe have an idea of this, but if you've never leased before, this is where things get a little funky. So definitely read through all these questions here, and I try to give you some of the things that is important to know. And of course, they're talking about damaging. They're talking about how you return the device, or your options if you're at the end of your upgrade lease, but I'm not ready to upgrade, like things like that. This is definitely more confusing than the iPhone upgrade program. It was a very straightforward program with the iPhone upgrade program, which is basically at the end of 12 months, you can upgrade or keep doing the payments, and you have Apple Care with it, and that's it. It was really simple. This is a lot different. This program offers more flexibility, but it's a little more complicated since it's managed through Klarna. Klarna has a very big deal into this. Citizens Bank was very hands-off, when it comes to this, and I remember being in the store when this was going on. So at the end of the day, do I think this program is worth it? If you are someone who likes to lease items and you're okay with that, then it works because then it's a lot less payment up front for you. I think Apple already has an option with their Apple Card if you want to do a 12-month financing, so there's already something there. I don't like leasing, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't like leasing. I like owning my products. I don't like this program personally. I can tell you, me personally, I would never try to force someone into this unless they are okay with leasing and they just need to get something cheaper. But for me, I don't upgrade my device every year. I do it every 2 years, maybe about that. But I like paying out of pocket because it's gone, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. But I do want to hear what you think. Is the Apple upgrade better than the old iPhone upgrade program, or would you rather buy your own Apple devices outright? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely like, subscribe. And thank you for joining me for this video. And I love every single one of you. Like and subscribe to the Apple One-to-One training channel for new Apple tips and tutorials every single week.